Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the final race of the DirtFan.com and World of Thunder Racing League here on this Sunday night. This time, it is time for the 410 winged sprint cars to showcase their stuff around the virtual Eldora Speedway. Britt Wheeler joined alongside Chris Nunn. Chris, welcome back to Eldora. This time, it's 410s as we go qualifying.
Weighing sprint car action around half mile here at the Eldora Speedway. Times are going to be fast and furious. We got a lot of good drivers. I believe we said 48 cars signed in for the racing tonight.
Yep, that is absolutely correct. 48 drivers doing battle around this big half a mile of a racetrack. These drivers only get one lap in qualifying, so it is all or nothing for these drivers. Kevin Hanley goes quick time with a 13.600. Trey Schmidt sits second quick, and then Tyler Matheny in the number 27 machine on the screen right now. We'll see where he can go, but take a look at who goes to position at number one. He is the defending World of Outlaws iRacing NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car World Champion, Alex Bergeron, with a 13.476.
That is blistering. Spike Harvey in that second spot. 0.104 behind him. Travis Oldfield, Kevin Hanley, and Ryan Scheidt in that fifth position. Mason Hannigan, the son of the Hurricane Randy Hannigan, in that seventh spot. Trey Schmidt, Tyler Ducharme, Richie Preston rounding out the top 10. Still 30 seconds left to go, I believe.
Well, there we go. We are just waiting on couple of other drivers to take to the racetrack. Of course, Brandon Steele just sitting there on pit road. Scott Masick, who I think is going to run out of time, because if the lap times are in the mid-13 seconds at the moment, he's still going to wind that thing up, as he's definitely going to run out of time. 42 drivers officially taking a lap time here at the Eldora Speedway, and there it is. Qualifying 2 minutes is done. We'll move into the first of 6 heat races on the program, and what a front row this is going to be.
Ultimate Dirt TV starting a lineup, getting set to pop up here on your screen. Alec Bergeron, your pole setter. Outside of him, Mason Hannigan. Outside of him, and Mike Keegan, son of the legendary Mark Keegan. Inside of row number 2, outside of him, Chris Fisher in the 14.
Brett Rolls are all off out of position number 5, and Hunter Parsons in the 141 will start position number 6. Lamar Klein in caliber 35 will start position 7, and Landon Miller driving the 110 will start position number 8. Talk about the likes of Bergeron and Mason Hannigan on the front row. Hannigan's fast. Bergeron, of course, world champion, but we've also got to keep an eye out on Mike Keegan as well. In the next machine, we'll bring that car up on screen right now.
There you go. Of course, he's going to run that number X. His father, Mark, ran the number X forever. So that's going to be one to watch right there. Mason Hannigan will be in that 1X machine as well. He is your points leader by only 10 over David Heileman. And Mike Keegan sits in that third spot in points. We'll go over the top 10 in points later on in the broadcast here on Ultimate Dirt TV.
Look at that! Look at that number 12. Isn't that just the colours on
Beautiful.
That car? Just colours on that car. It's just fantastic. Love to see it. You don't have to see the. Now, would you go with a midnight purple on that? Is that what you'd call it? You reckon?
That would be a plum, maybe a plum color. Yeah, we'll go midnight purple. That sounds cooler.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah, we'll definitely go midnight purple.
All right, so the field behind the iRacing.com pace truck, they'll be given the 1 to green signal. I'll tell you what, we're going to play a game throughout the heat races. You know how we you know how we pick the winners for the feature event?
Oh, you're going to have me screw 6 different drivers tonight? All right.
Yeah, but we're not going to pick the winners. We're going to pick drivers who finish in third spots.
Third. Okay. I'll go with the X machine of Keegan.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go the same.
Pace truck takes that hard left. Alec Bergeron will take the field down. Green flag is out. And Mike Keegan gets that jump into that second spot. Here comes Rolls now to the inside, down the back straightaway.
Yeah, had to get on screen, back there into position 3. Then you go back to the 14 of Chris Fisher. on the outside, looking in lap number 1 here at the Big E, Eldora Speedway for the 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. Keegan runs second. Hannigan was through the middle there in turn number 1 and 2. He needs to get upstairs, otherwise it's going to be very hard to keep that car inside the top 3.
Alec Bergeron in that first spot, almost a second lead over that battle for second between Keegan and Hannigan down the back straightaway. You mentioned Alex Bergeron, a World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink champion in iRacing. He knows how to get around the Eldora Speedway. Over a second lead now over Mike Keegan.
Yeah, Keegan doing a nice job on the top side of the racetrack. You can just see the driver inside the sim cockpit there. He is working the wheel left and right to try and keep that car nice and straight up on the cushion. Hannigan rides in third. Again, you can see that the left arm, it's just working away. Not so much down the back straightaway, but as they go into 3 and 4, you now see that right side now as it'll cover the Black Diamond Motorsports 1X machine. 2.5 to run.
And I would just love to see an in-car of them sawing at that wheel. You can see it as they head down into turn. There you go, right there. Look at how they just saw that wheel back and forth, back and forth. We are riding along with Mason Hannigan here in that third spot, trying to catch up to the X machine of Mike Keegan. But way out front by over 2 seconds, it's Alex Bergeron. He'll get the white flag this time by.
Yeah, Keegan doing a nice job on the top side of the racetrack. He go on board and look for the slide job to come as there goes Keegan. Back to the inside, down into turn number 3 and 4. Checking flag is out. Bergeron will win heat number 1. Second is going to go to Mike Keegan and Chris Fisher and Mason Hannigan. Oh boy, that was close. There was little in it. Fisher takes it by 6 1/1000ths of a second.
Yeah, we were both wrong on who finished third. Oh, they got Fisher now in the third spot, looks like.
Yeah, Fisher got it by 6 1/1000ths of a second over Hannigan.
You gotta love that racing right there. That was a bonsai move coming out of turn 4 to get that final transfer spot.
Wow, heat number 1 of 6 is complete. Heat race number 2. And again, the Stars and Cars going to make their way onto pit road behind the iRacing.com page track. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
Hayden Spike Harvey will be your pole setter in that 55 machine. Outside of him, Trey Schmidt out of Texas in 22. Row number 2 on the inside, Wyatt Brown in the 2 machine. Outside of him, we'll see Miles Jansen.
Position 5 with the 121 of Brian Johnson to his outside. Tyler Thompson, car 7, will start position number 6. Out of position 7, driving car number 27, that'll be Tyler Matheny to his outside. And car number 5, the SteelCycle.com entry, that is Brandon Steele out of position number 8.
Set to go another 8 laps, fast and furious. Once again, these heat races do not take long in the sprint cars. They are running 13, 14 second laps as compared to the 15, 16 second laps the late models were running earlier tonight. So these are going to get done fast and furious tonight.
All right, who misses out on the transfer spot? Who finishes 4th in this one?
4th place will go with Brian Johnson.
Right, okay. I'm going to go with Hayden Spike Harvey, I reckon.
All right, coming from the pole.
I'm going to see if he can choke it up a bit.
See, Justin Lemon was going to race to it with us tonight, but his quote-unquote internet took a dump, so couldn't make it. So he's watching along with us.
Server filled up very quickly as well tonight, so let's pace truck to the infield as we get set. As Hayden Spike Harvey and Trey Schmidt. Green flag is out, and Trey Schmidt got a good launch off for turn number 4. He'll slide down to the low side as Hayden Spike Harvey will lead down the back straightaway. Here comes Schmidt now. Down low down into turn number 3 and 4. We'll look for the race lead. They'll go at it. And Trey Schmidt will hold on to lap number 1.
And slide job coming back now from Harvey. Schmidt going to dive back underneath down the back straightaway. Miles Jansen sitting back in that 3rd spot in that final transfer. The battle for the lead comes out of turn 4. It looks like it's still going to be Schmidt over Harvey. Harvey going to dive low one more time. Schmidt's going to take the high side back and keep him at bay in 2nd.
And going back to 3rd and 4th at the moment, Brandon Steele in the SteelCycle.com entry holds on to position 3. Then you go back to Wyatt Brown in the number 2 machine. Back there in 4th. Geez, Hayden Spike Harvey really trying to throw some big Hail Marys in turn number 1 and 2. He'll do the same in 3 and 4. Drives it in deep. Catches the cushion now just towards the exit of turn number 4. 4 down, 4 to run. And I got to say, if I'm Trey Schmidt, I might be a little bit nervous the way that Hayden Spike Harvey is throwing those bonsai sliders.
It looks like Harvey hit the wall coming out of turn number 2 there and lost a little bit of momentum. We're going to see how much that lead stretches to about 0.6 seconds now between first and second. Track's starting to slick off a lot faster for the sprint cars than it did the late models earlier on.
And, of course, the track will roll over all night as well. You see Hayden Spike Harvey there. He clouted the outside concrete wall with the right rear tyre, of course. You won't get a flat if you do that. You won't get a flat here on the iRacing.com servers. But you talk about soaring at the wheel last in the opening heat race. You take a look at him just jerking that wheel left and right, one to run.
And you just said you got to turn right to go left, and he is just absolutely just gnawing at that wheel. I like to see him at home right now on that rig as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be Trey Schmidt picking up the win, Spike Harvey in that second spot, and Brandon Steele getting that third and final transfer position.
Well, since we haven't picked the winners and we're going with other positions, we're 0-2 right now. It's a lot harder to pick, isn't it?
It is.
All right, heat race number 2.
And I haven't made anybody mad yet, screwing them over, so we're good.
Yeah, that's because we haven't got to the 30-lap main event just yet, Chris.
Ooh.
We're getting there, though. We've got to go through 4 more heat races and 2 B-mains here required tonight. Let's go trackside, your ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 3.
And on the pole, we're going to see Travis Oldfield in the 37. Outside of him, coming to us from Vermont, it's Tyler Ducharme. Row number 2 on the inside, Trevor Royer in the 90. Outside of him, we'll see Eric Tupper in the 115.
Position 5 with the 49H of Jeffrey Herrick to his outside. Caliber 42 of Gabe Zellner lines up out of position number 6. Jared Herbison in car 38 going to start position 7. Eric Huff in car number 5 will start position number 8 as heat race number 3. Cars making their way on the pit road exit there, or the pit road we should say. They'll come out of turn 1. Let's go with, went with 3rd and 4th, haven't we, so far? I think so.
Yep.
Let's go back to position 3 on this one.
All right, we will take Eric Tupper on this one.
Providing he grids. He does not grid, so pick again.
Okay, we'll go with Trevor Royer.
All right, I'm going to go with Travis Oldfield to finish 3rd.
All right.
I'm going to go the pole sitter again. This time we get a transfer spot, though.
Twitter at ultimatedirt.tv, facebook.com/ultimatetv, Twitch as well, Ultimate TV. You can find everything on social media. You see that scrolling on the upper left-hand part of your screen there.
8 laps, heat race number 3 here at the dirtfan.com. 410 winged sprint cars. Reminder, we've still got later on tonight after this one in about 2 hours time, or an hour and 40 I should say. I've got the Wings Only Racing League. I've got to borrow Steve McMillan's jet plane, the World of Thunder jet plane, to go to the sprint car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway. Still one more broadcast to come after this, but heat number 3, Chris, all yours.
All right, 6 out of the 8 cars slated to start here, and here we go. It's Travis Oldfield down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Ducharme in that second spot in the 25 machine. Trevor Royer in that third spot. They single him out down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Ducharme got a run there coming out of turn number 1. We look out the back there of Tyler Ducharme's car. You see Trevor Royer running the high side down to turn number 2.
Yeah, top 3 just spread themselves out just a little bit. Oldfield got the race lead for the moment, but tell you what, Tyler Ducharme good through the middle. He was 3/4 of the way up in turns 3 and 4. He'll slide up to a little bit of a grip lane there in turns number 1 and 2. Royer struggling on that cushion just for the moment, but here comes Ducharme trying to get by Oldfield, but Oldfield, well, he's doing a nice job out in front.
Oldfield in that 38 machine. Once again, you see it says 38 or 37, but he is number 38 tonight in that good-looking machine. Ducharme, though, catching up, trying to get that lead away, but right behind him, he's got Trevor Royer closing in ever so closely, lap by lap. He's running out of time, though. Those top 3, though, they are well ahead of that 4th place car.
Geez, Ducharme really starting to throw it in deep into turn number 3 and 4. These laps are winding down here to try and make a pass for the race lead, but now he's got heavy pressure from the 90 of Trevor Royer, who was working the cushion at both ends of the speedway. And right now, once this push sort of goes away, I think we'll see the bottom side of the mid-groove hopefully come back in as Royer. Oh, look out, Royer around. He's facing the wrong way. Who's going to get by in third? It's Eric Huff in the 5 machine. It's been a while since he's been on the service, but right now, 1 to run.
Wow, if you're Trevor Royer, you got to be kicking yourself right now as he was in that final transfer spot coming to the checkered flag out of turn number 4. It's going to be Travis Oldfield, Tyler Ducharme in that second spot. And Eric Huff looks like he is going to take that third and final transfer spot. Man, what a heartbreak for Trevor Royer.
Yeah, he'll have to get up on the wheel in that Black Diamond Motorsports number 90 machine. He'll have his work cut out for him in the B main, no doubt about it. But we've still got 3 more heat races to go before we find out our 18 cars that are going to make it straight through to the main event. And we'll find the rest of the drivers making their way through to about 15 or 16 car fields in the B mains. Heat number 4, let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
Kevin Hanley, your pole setter. Outside of him, we will see Richie Preston. Row number 2 on the inside, Jarrett Boyard. And outside of him, he's back yet again. It's Jacob Fields in the 007.
Rolling off position number 5 in the 99, that'll be Cole Henriksen and Joe Bornhurst. In car 45 will start position number 6. Brock Lewis driving car number 8 will start position number 7, Scott Masick. In car number 48, going to roll off out of the 8th and final position in tonight's 4th heat race of the night. And how about we go with second place this time, Chris?
We will take Jacob Fields for second this time.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I was actually thinking of Fields on that one. I'm going to hope that Richie Preston can hold on to second here. We're 0-3, the pair of us so far. Jeez, a lot easier to pick the winners, right?
It is. It's like I see the first driver from down around your neck of the woods in this one, Brock Lewis. First one I've seen today.
Yeah, we normally have between... we can have up to 5 at any time during the Sunday night shows, but of course it's Monday over here, so it just depends, obviously, you know. Well, it starts at about 8 in the morning, 8 or 9 in the morning, so by the time we finish, you know, we're close to 2:30, so working hours for some, working hours for most. Not for me, though.
You could race at work, right?
Depends on your boss, I guess.
Looks like the pace truck's going to pull in, take that hard left turn. Kevin Hanley and Richie Preston, your front row as we are underway here in heat race number 4 in the 410 wing sprint cars. Out of turn. Wow, I don't know how they didn't wreck right there, but here comes Richie Preston. Looking to the inside, he'll take that second spot away from Kevin Hanley. It's going to be Jarrett Boyard there, taking the lead in lap 1.
Hanley with a good run out of turn number 4 on the top side of the racetrack. We got Bornhurst back there in 8th position. He was crashed. Hanley now on the inside of Preston. Fields got to the back of Preston as well as we go down into turn number 3 and 4. Kevin Hanley now, he's back into second and now coming after Jarrett Boyard, getting a little loose there through turn number 1. He'll cut it down low out of turn number 2. Hanley trying a different line around this racetrack right now.
I tell you what, Hanley trying everything he can to catch up to your leader, Jarrett Boyard. That battles for that third and final transfer spot. Jacob Fields, used to seeing that 007 on that thing. That's a plain old black car for tonight for him in the wing sprint cars. Richie Preston 1 spot ahead of him in that 3rd position. Top 4 cars, though, almost a full straightaway ahead of 5th place, Scott Masick.
Yeah, there's about a 2-second gap between Fields and Masick, who, again, 4th and 5th on the ticker at the moment. But right now, we watch Kevin Hanley and Jarrett Boyard. Jarrett Boyard holding on to the number 1 spot. Here comes Fields, the black machine. Looking pretty in black at the moment. Preston, well, he's got some defense to play here, but here comes a slide job down into turn number 3.
Good move by Fields. Will he be able to keep the spot? Yes, he does. He'll take the 3rd and final transfer spot. But here comes Preston. Tried to throw the slide job back to the inside, not able to make the move. We're going to see the white flag fly. This time for your leader, Jarrett Boyard. He's got a whole tail tank full of Kevin Hanley.
1 lap left to run. Hanley, he's got 2 more turns to throw. Caution to the wind right now. Bolyard will block it down low through turn number 3. Hanley cutting it off the bottom side of the exit of turn number 4. Who's going to give it? Jared Bolyard holds on. Kevin Hanley home in second. Jacob Fields third. Richie Preston home in fourth. Then we go back to Scott Masick. Cole Henriksen home in sixth. Brock Lewis in seventh. And Joe Bornhurst in position number 8. 0 and 4 so far, trying to pick drivers finishing second, third, and fourth. It's a tough
gig. Think we could pick a winner on this next one?
Well, I mean, we could, but they're both teammates of mine who start on the front row. So why don't we go and take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
And Ryan Shea would be your pole setter. Outside of him, Ernie Williams Jr. will start outside of him in the second spot. Row number 2, John Lepresto. He'll start third outside of him. Devin Butts in that 47.
Alex Studing on the 54 will start position 5. Timothy Ripley will start out of position number 6. Chris Olsen out of position 7. And Russell Berry out of position number 8. All right. Now, you know what? We're going to stay away from the winners until the main event.
That'll work.
Let's go back to 4th place.
I am going to pick, let's see, the purple people leader there, Devin Butts. I'll pick him to finish 4th.
Okay, I'm going to go with Alex Studinger in the 54 machine. That's that blue and white 54 inside third row.
All right, we got 2, 4, 6, all 8 cars present and accounted for this one. That is a polka dot looking thing back there in the back. That might be my favorite paint scheme of the day right there.
A little pepperoni pizza car. It's definitely a pepperoni, cheese and pepperoni pizza.
Wow.
I could go for
so far this week I've seen a pepperoni pizza and a Tiger King car.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Some of the stranger cars we've seen.
All right, teammates off the front row. Here we go, down into turn number 1. And Tim Machine Shite out front. Ernie Williams Jr. and John Lepresto running first, second, and third. Devin Butts in that 4th spot in that purple, number 47. But here comes Lepresto to the inside, trying to get second.
Yeah, Williams is very good on the top side of the racetrack. They'll go 3 wide down through turn number 1 and 2. Look at the way Ernie just drives that thing on the cushion. Sheed now up on the outside. Here comes Lepresto to the inside. We'll see if Ryan Sheed, we'll see if he can hang on to number 2 spot or whether he falls back to third. Devin Butts and Alex Studing are battling it out for positions 4 and 5. Bit of social distancing right now between Lepresto and Butts.
Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. It's still going to be Williams over Sheet and Lepresto. They had a good battle there. Just a couple of laps to go. They're 3 wide for the lead. Now they've spread themselves out as we are on board with Sheet as they roll into turn number 3 and 4. You can see the leader, Ernie Williams, in front of him. It's .383 separating first and second. Now we'll take a look out the front end of that car as he's closing in on your leader, Ernie Williams Jr. into turn 3.
Yeah, we might just have a battle for the race lead here in just a moment's time, but tell you what, both these guys, they would have their cars tuned up to run the top side. Williams is now going to run the middle of turn number 1 and 2, and that's going to allow Ryan Sheet to close in on the back of that number 91. Again, couple of teammates going at it right now. They've got a fair bit of distance back to third place of John Lepresto. He's got somewhat of a gap back to 4th place of Alex Studing, and then 6.5 tenths back to Devin Butts. This time by out of turn number 4. Chris, there'll be 1 to run.
1 lap to go this time by. It is all Ernie Williams Jr. out front. Less than a half a second separate first and second as they roll down the back straightaway for the final time here at the High Bank Half Mile at Eldora Speedway. It is going to be a run to the checkers. Out of turn 4, it's going to be Ernie Williams Jr. over Ryan Sheet. John Lepresto in that 3rd spot. And one of us finally picked the right one for the 4th spot. It's Alex Studinger.
Well, we're pretty close because your man came home in 5th, and boy, they were having a great little battle during the opening probably 3 or 4 laps of that heat race. But hey, one of us have finally got something right. Taking us 4 heat races? Is that heat 4 or heat 5? I can't remember.
5th time was a charm there.
All right, next heat race to come up on to the racetrack right now. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 6.
And we'll see Peyton Grease on the inside of row number 1. Outside of him, we'll see David Hollett in the number 12 machine. Row number 2, Ryan Underwood. We'll start in the 3rd spot. Outside of him, we'll see Ty Williams in 32.
Brody Sim will start position number 5. Dakota Dillon will line up out of position number 6. Deegan Meltzer in car number 4 will start position number 7. And Nate Mullenix, driving the 199, will start position number 8. Okay, so this is going to be an easy win for Peyton Grease. Let's predict times.
Oh, you're calling the winner already? Ah.
Well, okay, so let's take that out. Let's take picks on how many seconds the winner will win by.
I want to say a second and a half.
Yeah, I'm going
1.662. That's what I'm going to call.
Yeah, 1.662. I'm writing this down, and I'm going to go 2.483.
Is it close to that going over?
Since this is the Price is Right.
Price is Right stuff here.
Good mind, sink alike already. Heat race number 6. Yeah, the final heat race of the night for the DirtFan.com 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Peyton Grease and David Hollett on the front row. Pace track is in, and Peyton Grease going to wait till he gets to the low side and wait till he gets to the moisture. The green flag drops, the BS stops, and they are racing here in heat race number 6.
Out of turn number 2 they go. Down the back straight, it's Grease and then Ryan Underwood and David Hollett. And here comes that battle, almost 4 wide into turn number 3 and 4. We about to have 3 cars pile it up there. It's Grease, Underwood, and Hollett, your top 3. And right now, Brody Sim in that 4th spot, trying to get her underneath. Look out. We got a new 3rd place car. It is Brody Sim.
Yeah, Ty Williams in the 27 as well, throwing it down deep into turn number 3. Out of turn 4, he's looking for the moisture and looking for the cushion down the front straightaway, down into turn number 1 and 2. Now we're starting to see that bottom side starting to come back in. We'll see a lot of those drivers. They'll use that bottom side up over this heat race and over the first B main. And then who knows what the racetrack is going to do from here on out. But right now, everybody trying to keep it locked down on the low side.
Peyton Grease already almost a 2.5 seconds lead, and we are creeping ever so closer to my pick for times. Here, we'll see what its timing looks like here. Oh, it gained a little bit, 1.3 seconds there. Brody Sim still in that 3rd and final transfer spot. And we'll go back to the 4th place running David Hollett, Ty Williams 5th, Dakota Dillon, and Nate Mullenix runs in 7th. Deegan Meltzer rounds out the field here in heat race number 6.
And Ty Williams, that 27 machine, trying to work it upstairs. You see Ryan Underwood going up there as well. He lost about 2.5 tenths of a second now on the previous lap to Peyton Grease, but right now as they come off at turn number 4, Peyton Grease is already into turn number 1 and 2, and it's now a 1.883 second advantage, so just 6 more tenths to go, Peyton.
And we are just rolling the bottom of the racetrack now here. It's the first time I've seen the faster groove be on the bottom all night long. It's been, on the top side throughout the whole day. And Grease already starting to catch up to the lap car of Meltzer. And Meltzer's hard into the wall and upside down.
Checkered flag is out. Peyton Grease wins. Second to go to Ryan Underwood. So what the gap is, I think I'm closest, 2.244. I was only 2.5 tenths off that one. And Brody Sim.
You're over. You're over. You lose. I'm just kidding.
What do you mean? You went. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I went over. Yeah, but I was closest.
You were closer. You win.
I'll tell you what. We'll call it a win each. How about that?
There we go.
All right. That was 6 heat races completed. Now we'll move in to the first of 2 B mains. We'll only take the top 3 in these 2 B mains that we contested over 10 laps the distance. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
On the pole, we'll see the Little Hurricane, Mason Hannigan. On the pole, outside of him, Jeffrey Herrick in 49. Row number 2, Alex Studinger in the number 54. Outside of him, Brett Rolls in 17.
Trevor Royer will roll off position number 5, and Devin Butts will make his way from the 6th starting position. Hunter Parsons lines up at a position 7, and Eric Tupper going to roll out to position number 8.
In row number 5, we'll see Russell Berry. Outside of him, Lamar Klein. He'll start 10th. Row number 6, Gabe Zellner in the inside. Outside of him, we'll see Chris Olsen starting 12th.
Your final 3 positions, Landon Miller out of position number 13, Jarrett Herbison out of position number 14, and Timothy Ripley in car number 117 going to roll off Out of position number 15, I can tell you 13 and 14th, Landon Miller, Jarrett Herbison. They did not grid, so that'll make it a 13-car field. So 2 cars that Timothy Ripley doesn't have to pass. He'll start position number 13 in this one. But again, only the top 3 going to make it through to the main event.
A lot of cars battling for very little track position. 3 cars going to tonight's feature, so 10 of these guys will go home or stick around and watch the rest of the show.
Who finishes 4th then?
Let's see. We'll go with Trevor Royer. I'll try him again.
Nah, he's going to the show. Mason Hannigan's going to the show. Alex Sturninger's going to the show. Brett Rolls is finishing 4th.
All right, so I'll take Royer, and you've got Rolls. That'll work.
Sounds good to me. Mason Hannigan and Jeffrey Herrick. The 1X and that 49H machine. Pace truck about to move to the infield. 10 laps on the board. B-main number 1. The top 3, they will start 19, 21, and 23 in tonight's main event as we go green flag here at the Eldora Speedway. Royer already up to position 3. Studinger up to 2nd. Jeffrey Herrick has found his way back there in position number 4 in the early goings of this one.
Mason Hannigan has found that low side. Looks like Royer is the only person running the fence, and he is already up at that 3rd spot. Now he's taken 2nd away from Studinger down the back straightaway. Royer has found something that nobody else has on the top side. And look, Studinger, he saw it, and he's up there with him now.
Yeah, just following the fast guy at the moment. Right now, lap times in the high 14-second brackets as we go yellow. Oh, the pepperoni pizza car. Cheese got a little bit
flat.
It's got a little bit slippery. It was too greasy.
A little bit of flop to that crust.
I love it. So you see the front
wing. Do I tell you who's got the front row for the feature, or do we wait?
I don't even know who's got the front row for the feature.
I just got it. Do I tell you, or do I make them wait?
Have you got row 2
I got it all. Yeah, I got it all.
Alright, go row 3.
I'll tell you row 3 will be as soon as Steven finishes typing it here. They sent me row 1 and 2 pretty quick. Now row 3 is just typing. Alright, well, we'll wait. Oh, row 3. We'll see Jarrett Boyard and Peyton Grease in row 3.
Okay. We're just trying to... So, Trey Schmidt's going to be somewhere in the top 2 rows.
Trey Schmidt will start 4th.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just trying to think of the other heat race winners here.
And I'll say Ernie Williams Jr. will start 3rd.
Oh, that's a good-looking 2nd row. Tell you what, you can spoil the party in a few moments.
All right. Your front row, your pole setter will be Alex Bergeron.
Wow.
And Travis Oldfield will start outside of him on the front row.
I think it's safe to say, good win, Alex Bergeron. If he starts on pole, no one's catching him.
GG. Good game.
Pretty much. Call it up, wrap it up, checkered flag is out. Here we go. 6 laps still left to run in tonight's first B-main. Mason Hannigan, Trevor Royer, and Alex Stinninger at the moment. Top 3. Butts working down low. Look at Tupper on the outside there of Jeffrey Herrick, and Brett Rolls coming through as well.
Out of turn number 4, it's still going to be Mason Hannigan. Royer up to the top side. Stinninger in that 3rd spot. That is the 47 of Butts there in that 4th position. He's got to get around one more car to get into the show, as we're going to keep an eye on that Eric Tupper machine. He's flying on the high side.
Yeah, he's got the high line working at both ends. We go yellow, which will give us a green-white checker to finish up just as we were coming to the 2 to go signal. Popsicle sticks were out, but then race control has thrown the yellow.
It is the fastest pace truck in the history of pace trucks. Thing flies.
Have you ever seen a Lernerville race here on iRacing?
I have not.
Okay, so have you ever been to Lernerville?
I have. I've seen it, yes. I've seen it many times on TV. Never been there.
Alright, well, as they come out of turn 4 onto the main stretch, obviously, you got the high banking, and it sort of dips down onto the racetrack. Let's just say that pace truck comes flat out, jumps from the pit road over the little edge of the banking onto the racetrack, jumps onto the racetrack at probably anywhere between 60 and 80 miles per hour. It is fun. It's not fun when you jump the cushion in at anywhere on the racetrack at Lernerville.
No.
You either end up in the trees or you're sitting in the pit stands, the grandstands there, just in front of the pits.
All right, caution flag still out. Mason Hannigan, Trevor Royer, Alex Studinger. And it's Butts and that hard-charging 115 at Tupper. We're going to keep an eye on him here with just a handful of laps to go.
I'll tell you what, let's take a ride at the back of the 54 machine of Alex Studinger. Again, he's the car on the bubble at the moment. Devin Butts, Eric Tupper, Brett Rolls, 4th, 5th and 6th at the moment. Green flag, 2 laps left to run, green-white checker.
All right, again, looking out of the back of Studinger's machine. Butts right there behind him. Tupper on the high side behind him. That is the battle for third as Tupper looks to go around Butts. They're almost 3 wide down the back straightaway.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the 115, making a run on the top side. Here we go. Studinger comes up. Oh, he smacks the wall, smacks the concrete. He'll go around. We stay green. And Devin Butts, Eric Tupper. Oh boy, you hate to see it for Alex Studinger into tournament 3 and 4. Who's going to get the win? Hannigan wins. Royer home in 2nd. And 3rd is going to go to Eric Tupper. Devin Butts just missing it. Hey, you got one.
Got one, finally.
We'll just see what Devin thinks about that one. You picking him not to go through to the show. Oh, throw you under the bus on that one. B main number 1 is complete. Boy, I tell you what, I did say that that bottom side will come back in probably the first B main. I'm so curious to see what it's going to do here in this second B main.
I see it'll even out as we go along.
Well, they don't have a track reset either, so race control never ever on sprint cars. They never reset the track, so they've told Tony Stewart to lock the grader in the shed, and it's not ever going to come out with sprint cars. Let's take a look at your... Let's take a look at your ultimate dirt to be starting grid for B main number 2.
All right, Wyatt Brown, your pole setter. Outside of him, we'll see Richie Preston. Row 2 on the inside, it's Ty Williams at 32. Outside of him, Brian Johnson in that 121.
Scott Masick in the 48 will start position 5. David Hallett at a position number 6. Miles Jansen lines up at a position 7. And Cole Hendrickson will make his way from the outside of the 4th row, position number 8.
Row number 5 is Dakota Dillon in 39. Outside of him, Tyler Matheny in that number 27 machine. Row number 6, Brock Lewis. Outside of him, we'll see Nate Mullenix in the 199.
Then we go back to Tyler Thompson at a position 13. Joe Bornhurst at a position 14. And Deegan Meltzer to roll off at a position number 15. Again, only the top 3 are going to go through in this one, Chris. And let's go with position number 4 once again.
All right, we're going to do... Let's see. I'm waiting for it to scroll back through here. We'll see 4th, 5th, and 6th there. I'm going to pick Ty Williams to go 4th.
Okay, yep. That very well could be a pick. I think Brown and Preston finished 1, 2. I think Johnson's going to finish 3. I'm going to go with Scott Masick in the 48 machine to finish 4th.
All right. Main event coming up after this one. 30 laps the distance. It's going to be fast and furious. So stay tuned after this. They'll get a 3-minute warm-up, and then we'll be ready to go.
We'll also have the flyer coming up on the screen just before the main event, but we'll get set for B main number 2. Wyatt Brown, Richie Preston. Here we go. The green flag is out. We're underway. B main number 2, and Brown looks to the middle of the racetrack. Preston upstairs, and you go back to Ty Williams on the low side. Brian Johnson will move up to position number 3. He'll run 3/4 lap the racetrack. Look at him, 3 wide for 4th, 5th, and 6th behind him.
Down the front straight where they go, it is still Richie Preston out front. Wyatt Brown, Ty Williams down to that 3rd spot. And it is, look out, Brian Johnson on the top side once again, trying to get around that Ty Williams machine there. That good-looking car. Oh, look out, he got a little sideways to Johnson, but he'll take that 2nd spot, or the 3rd spot back away.
Yeah, 2 cars.
And we got a problem on the front stretch.
Yep, 2 cars facing the inside concrete wall as the yellow flag is going to fly. So, again, we'll complete this lap. The drivers will pull up onto the racetrack, or they'll pull up behind the iRacing.com post truck, and we'll go around 3 more circuits. So we'll have 6 laps left to run in tonight's second B main. So just 4 laps to be left to be completed in this one.
Richie Preston, though, looking pretty good out front. Wyatt Brown and Brian Johnson. Now 121. Johnson, one of those guys putting a lot of laps in today. He's been with us most of the day as well.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers tend to do the super late models or the pro late models, but then you get about 5 or 6 drivers that try their hand at the sprint cars as well. And it's a nice little time for these drivers to go out there and do what they can.
It's definitely a lot different too, late model setup and sprint car setup. And like I said, not the end of the broadcast for Ultimate Dirt TV. You said you got one more to go from Knoxville after this one.
Yeah, we've got the Wings Only Racing 360 Sprint Car Series presented by Green to Checkered Racing. Server goes up at, I think, at about 12:30 Eastern. Sometimes I say 12:30 PM, but I really obviously mean 12:30 AM on the heading over into Monday morning. So they have about a 30-minute practice. So about 1 AM is when we sort of start the stream, when they'll go qualifying heats, B mains, and then of course a main event to come as well. So still plenty of sprint car action left here on the program. Lights are out, 4 to go.
All right, double file restart, complete double file restart as we come out of turn number 4. Green flag is back out. Richie Preston takes us down, and Brian Johnson got a good start there on that restart. He'll try for the lead, but not able to make it. Wyatt Brown now goes back to that 3rd spot as they roll into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to get good. Ty Williams in that 4th spot, roll on the bottom.
Yeah, Wyatt Brown, that number 2 machine, all over the back of Brian Johnson down through turn number 1 and 2. Johnson, good 3/4 of the way up, all the way around this half a mile. Then you go back and look at Wyatt Brown on the 2 machine. He just comes off the cushion, now peeks to the inside. That was very close as to a dead heat down into turn number 1 and 2, but Brown, Johnson with a run on the outside, and Johnson slingshots back into 2nd.
These guys are safely into the show, but they're just fighting it out for starting position in the feature as we are now on the white flag lap. 1 to go, I believe. Yep. White flag is out, down the back straightaway. It is Richie Preston all by his lonesome over a full straightaway as he comes out of turn 4. He'll win B-main at number 2, and it's going to be out of turn 4 at the line. That was close. So we'll let timing and scoring get it. Johnson will take 2nd, and then Wyatt Brown in that 3rd and final transfer spot. Ty Williams, 1 spot out, looking in.
We didn't pick Ty Williams, did we?
No, neither one of us did.
No, you went with... Who did you go with?
I think I actually did go with Ty Williams, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I think you might have, because I was just looking through, and I picked Scott Masick, but I think he finished 5th or 6th. But anyhow,
I win.
Yeah, go. All right, warm-up session is now upon us. We'll take opportunity to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV, pay a couple of bills. We'll play the national anthem and come back in just a few moments' time.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air,
On behalf of the World Thunder iRacing League, Daniel Passmore, BJ Duvall, and myself, Stephen McMillan, we want to thank the people working the front lines to serve our hospitals, our grocery stores, gas stations, first responders, and military personnel. Remember, it will take every one of us to get through this pandemic. Continue practicing social distancing, and together we'll get through this. God bless each and every one of you. And we hope you will tune in every Sunday night for the DirtFan.com iRacing series, live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the DirtFan.com 410 Winged Sprint Car Series here tonight from the virtual Eldora Speedway. Brett Wheeler and Chris Nunn in the booth with you. And Chris, I believe we're looking at the top 10 in the points coming into tonight.
Mason Hannigan currently holds a 10-point lead over David Heileman, who I don't believe raced with us tonight, so that's going to hurt him pretty good. Mason Hannigan 247 to 237. Mike Keegan in that third spot. James Grace fourth, and Kevin Hanley ran out the top five. Only 83 points separate the top five, and it's Peyton Greaves, Richie Preston, Jarrett Boyard, Chris Fisher, and Hayden Cardwell rounding out the top 10 in your point standings.
Well, I can tell you three of those drivers, David Heileman, James Grace, and Hayden Cardwell, are not here tonight. So that point standings could get a bit of a shake-up after this one. But also coming up Sunday, May 31st at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, it is the DirtFan.com, the inaugural summer shootout for the UMP modifiers. A $25 entry fee if you make the show, $30 to start, and a $400 payday. Check out World of Thunder iRacing League for more information about that one. But I believe we're about to take a look at our Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
All right, starting on the front row, we're going to see your pole sitter Alex Bergeron. Outside of him, we'll see Travis Oldfield. Row number 2 on the inside, Ernie Williams Jr. Outside of him, we'll see Trey Schmidt. And row number 3, we'll see Jarrett Boyard. Outside of him, we'll see Peyton Greaves. Row 4, exactly like it is looking there on your screen, that'll be Mike Keegan. And Spike Harvey there, starting 8th.
Tyler Duchamp will roll off position 9. Kevin Hanley out of position number 10. Ryan Sheed out of position 11. And Ryan Underwood will make his way from the 12th starting position.
Row number 7, Chris Fisher on the inside, starting 13th. Outside of him, we'll see Brandon Steele on the 14th. Row 8 on the inside, Eric Huff. Outside of him, we'll see Jacob Fields in the 007.
John Lopresto and Brody Sim will make up row number 9, and Mason Hannigan and Richie Preston at a row 10.
We'll see row number 11, Trevor Royer on the inside. Outside of him, we'll see Brian Johnson in the 121. In our final row, we'll see Eric Tupper in Wyatt Brown.
All right. Well, you know what? I think it's safe to say Alex Bergeron's going to win this one very comfortably. Let's go for the driver that finishes second in this one. Now you can pick Bergeron if you like, but I mean, along with everybody else, we all know the talent that he's got behind the sim. So who's finishing second?
I'm going Trey Schmidt for second.
I'm going Ernie Williams Jr. He's my boy.
To your points leader, mired back in the field. We'll keep an eye on that situation. Mike Keegan starts 7th, so he is trying to gather some points. He's only 44 behind Mason Hannigan.
There's a lot on the line considering that David Heileman isn't here as well. So, you know, there's definitely a chance at a points shake-up. But right now, you see 1 of 35. We're about to see the greatest sight in all of motorsports, just like we've seen in the late models. These drivers are about to get the signal from race control to go 4 wide here at the Eldora Speedway.
As we see the field start to form.
Sometimes these sprint car drivers just don't listen.
They're just like, let's race.
I think that's probably the safest bet. We should have just gone green for 35 laps, to be honest.
Hey.
That would have been pretty cool. I know you can get around here for 35 laps in a 410 wing sprint car. In fact, I was here last night. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of World Series Sprint Cars. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, myself and Benny Bishop. Oh, here we go. Now they're going 4 wide. Yeah, we finally got there, but yeah, myself and Benny Bishop were on the call for World E-Series Sprint Cars here last night from the virtual Eldora Speedway. That'll happen every 2 weeks, and here we go. Finally, they get into the greatest sight in all of motorsports.
As they roll down the back straightaway, you can see them right there on our aerial view as they roll down the back stretch there in our far chase cam. As they roll out of turn 3 and 4, stand up everybody here on the front straightaway. It is the World of Thunder 410 Wing Sprint Cars coming at you 4 wide on the parade lap before we get set to turn them loose for 30 laps of green flag action.
Geez, those Wing Sprint Cars, they just look so mean when they're rolling around here, and you just see them break away from the formation, from that 4 wide, as it's going to be a tough race for these drivers to catch the driver that starts on pole of this main event. And, well, as I've already said, he is a current defending World of Outlaws iRacing 410 world champion. He's defending his crown. In fact, he'll be in action tomorrow night, Monday night. I think it is round either 5 or 6. And I think I'm pretty sure he's still leading the points, or he's definitely running inside the top 3. I haven't really kept up to date with it all too much, but not worried about that anymore. What I'm worried about tonight's 30-lap A main event. So, who'd you say you were going with? Trey Schmidt for second.
Trey Schmidt for second.
All right. He'll probably have a Holy Schmidt kind of moment. Going Ernie Williams Jr. for position number 2. Here we go. The DirtFan.com 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Your main event is about to start. Let's get dirty for 30.
Out of turn number 4, green flag is out, and Alex Bergeron takes the lead into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Ernie Williams Jr. That was your pick to finish in that second spot. He's already got that as they go down the back straightaway 3 wide there, as Ernie Williams Jr. is still trying to hold on to that second spot. He's got a bee's nest behind him.
Yeah, Boyard and Trey Schmidt, along with Oldfield. Look at Tyler Ducharme coming up in that 25 machine. Schmidt on screen in that 22, the 1-9 Designs entry. Upstairs into turns 3 and 4. Boyard driving it deep down into 3 and 4. Oh man, that would have been a pucker up kind of moment for Trey Schmidt. 4, nearly 5 wide. Oh no! Schmidt, Williams come together.
Wow.
And a calamity up there near the front of the field. And just as Bergeron was out by nearly 3 seconds already after about 3 laps, that mistake from Williams could prove costly in that one.
It's a miracle we didn't wad up about 10 cars in turn 1 and 2.
Wow, he was gone. Bergeron is just on another planet right now. As Trey Schmidt, he finds himself going back to pit road now, missing that front wing. Now watch this. Watch his pit crew. Ready? The fast repair is about to come, and that pit crew have got the wing change in 3, 2, 1. There it is. Look at that. Boom. He's got a brand new race car, ladies and gentlemen.
Just like magic.
They're definitely the fastest pit crew in the world, the iRacing crew.
Man, Bergeron, you said over a 3-second lead in just a couple of laps. That's hauling the mail.
That's ridiculous. Now, I do think actually part of that 3-second gap was when Ernie Williams Jr. and Trey Schmidt come together. He would have gotten away, but he would have had about a second lead in just a couple of laps. So Jared Bolyard going to move up to position 2. Position 3 going to be Tyler Ducharme. And then you go back to Travis Oldfield, Ryan Sheed and Hayden Spike Harvey, Jacob Fields, Chris Fisher, Ryan Underwood, and Brian Johnson, your top 10. We're getting set to go back to green flag. 3 down, 27 to run.
All right, pace truck pulls in, takes that hard left turn. We are back underway as Alex Bergeron motors out to the lead into turn number 1. Ducharme out of that second spot as Bergeron already starting to pull away by almost 4 to 5 car lengths over Ducharme. Jared Bolyard into that third spot as they cycle out through turn number 4. We'll complete another lap.
Yeah, look at them still going 2 and 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. Hayden Spike Harvey, Travis Oldfield, and Jacob Fields. Now look at Ryan Sheet on the outside along with Ryan Underwood. Ryan Underwood's in that black and pink 714 machine. Right now he's coming through the middle as we continue. Look at this gaggle of cars. 2 lots of about 3 wide action. Now they go 2 wide. Oh boy, it is on for the drivers inside the top 10.
Well, keep an eye on that Fields machine. He started back in the pack as well, and he's worked his way up, and now he's going to try to find himself in the middle of the racetrack. He was rolling the bottom, started 16th. He's up to 4th now. He's got a mess behind him. Look out.
Yeah, Ryan Sheed caught up, involved in that one. In that Black Diamond Motorsports entry, the number 10 machine. Let's see if we can take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. So this is a lap prior to it happening. This is gaggle of cars just right here. Just one simple mistake, and it was Hayden Spike Harvey, in fact, who came off the top side of the racetrack, and you're about to see it here. So not this car, that 55 just there, just comes off the cushion
Right there.
and it snapped loose right in front of Ryan Sheed.
We'll get everybody situated and sorted out, timing and scoring, and everybody back in place. But how about the run from Jacob Fields? Moving his way up through the field. Just stuck to the low side of the racetrack.
There he is behind the Black Diamond Motorsports number 10 of Ryan Sheed. And of course, Black Diamond Motorsports, the naming right sponsor here for these onboard camera angles. You can see the front wing damage to this number 10 machine of Ryan Sheed, who actually sits in 5th at the moment, and it'll sort of affect the handling of that race car just a little bit.
He'll have a handful of wheel for the next few laps or so, I can imagine. For the next 23 laps. Trying to see if the pace track's going to pull off here out of turn number 4. We are going green flag racing right now. Alex Bergeron, Tyler Ducharme, Jarrett Bolyard. Slow, steady start. We're back underway here at Eldora with 23 laps remaining in this 410 Sprint Car main event.
What can Ducharme do with Bergeron here over the next 22 make that 23 laps, excuse me. I apologise. No, I think I fed you that information there, but Bolyard running in 3rd. I'll keep an eye on Ducharme to see if he can hang with Alex Bergeron. I think last week's Pro Series, Ducharme was leading at Lernerville and in fact slipped off the edge of the racetrack early on in the main event and pretty much handed the win to Alex Bergeron. Look at this gaggle of cars again.
And they are still stacked up 2, 3, almost 4 wide back there in the middle of the racetrack. Chris Fisher right there in front of Oldfield as they work down the backstretch. Over there you see Fields in that 007 machine. Well, we call it a 007, but it's a plain black car.
Yeah, they get confused, race fans. We again, he normally drives. You see him in the super late models driving that chrome 007. He's now made his way to position number 5, and when he starts 16th, I think it was.
16th.
Oldfield going to move up, but Fields, whoa, around the outside.
Well, he just stuck that thing where you shouldn't be able to stick a race car. I don't know how he got up through there, but he did.
He was certainly just digging it deep and selling it cheap and letting it read on the cush. Again, look at this battle of cars again, just around the top 10. It just goes to show you right now the level of competition is probably at an all-time high as Mike Keegan, that X-Machine, going to drive it down deep, down into turn number 3 and 4. Look out, Travis Oldfield. He tagged the back of Brian Johnson and Eddie Williams Jr. Starting to get caught up in that one as Ernie put the slider, and we go yellow again.
What a race we got brewing there in the middle of the pack. And out front, though, it is still all Bergeron. And it's Ducharme and Bolyard 2nd and 3rd. We got to give a attaboy to Chris Fisher in that 4th spot.
Let's see where some of these drivers started here tonight. Fisher started 13th. Ready? Let's go back and take a look. Fields started 16th, and he is up to 5th. Richie Preston from 20th up to 6th. Mike Keegan started 7th. He's fallen some way back, but now finds himself in 8th position, I believe. Or it might be 7th, actually.
And trying to see where Hannigan was running. There he is. I see him there going into turn 1. Keep an eye on that points battle there. It's going to only 44 points separate Hannigan and Keegan. As we mentioned, Heileman is not here tonight, so he's going to drop.
Mason Hannigan. See, I'm just trying to keep his name combined. Hannigan up to 13th as well. So light's going to go out on the iRacing.com pace truck this time by. They'll get the 1 green signal. 14 out of 30 is complete. So almost halfway home, Chris. It's just 16 laps left to run.
And it's going to be a fast and furious 16 laps, so we can get it to go caution-free. Alex Bergeron, he's hoping it goes caution-free because the longer those green flag laps go, the further out he gets over Tyler Ducharme. Pace truck going to pull into the infield, and we are back underway here in our 30th lap main event here at Eldora Speedway.
So did you see the way that Bergeron's car just picked up the front wheels and just started dancing all the way down the front straightaway as he went from the bottom to the top, and he'll stay up top in turn number 3 and 4. He is rolling that cushion right now. Tyler Ducharme back there in second. Here comes Fisher in the middle of the racetrack into turn number 1 and 2. Bolyard work on the outside, and look at the black, the pretty impact, men in black. It's Jacob Fields.
You don't need a very flashy paint job to get the job done, and he gets contact between he and Keegan, and Fields gets stopped there on the front straightaway. We are caution. Caution is out as we had contact between Keegan and Fields out of turn 4.
Yeah, I think it was just a case of Fields coming down the racetrack, and Keegan was just there, nowhere to go. And we've seen it in the late models. And when the drivers go for that crossover move and they just come down the racetrack and just maybe not expecting that car to be there. Just a plain old racing incident, unfortunately.
And it's a tough break for 2 of our faster cars on the racetrack, especially Fields. He had worked his way so far up from the 16th starting spot, and we'll see where timing and scoring puts both of those cars here on our next restart.
So we are looking at 13 remaining here at the Eldora Speedway. Your main event here for the DirtFan.com 410 Winged Sprint Car Series, of course, presented by World of Thunder Racing League. You can catch all the action right here on Ultimate Dirt TV across Facebook and YouTube every Sunday night. And we've got racing on pretty much every night of the week. And I counted, Chris, I can count in 1 week. I can do anywhere from 12 to 20 broadcasts every week.
Wow. And I thought my voice would go out after doing 3 in a row.
Yeah, well, when you get used to doing it for this long, I guess your voice box just has stamina. Just keep going and going. It's like the Energizer batteries.
I feel happy. You guys drug me out of announcing retirement. I like it. This is fun. This is enjoyable.
All right, pace truck is in. Here we go. 17 complete, 13 to run. This time again, Bergeron getting a good start. Tyler Ducharme will get to the cushion quickly. Oh no, look at contact with Bolyard. And look at Preston. He started position 20 and looking for a podium. But Lepresto will work to the inside down into turn number 3 and 4. Preston, that elbows up Sim Sports, number 25 machine. He's inside the top 5 already. But look at Keegan as well. Ernie Williams Jr. trying to make a comeback as well.
Preston and Lepresto back there. Here you go. Back up front. Preston and Lepresto. Try saying that 3 times fast. Preston and Lepresto still battling it out back there for that 3rd spot. And looks like Lepresto kind of lost a little bit of momentum there as Preston goes around. And here comes Fisher, and here comes Keegan now back around him.
Yeah, Lepresto still losing a little bit of ground on the low side of the racetrack. That top side certainly come back in. I'd love to see someone maybe try and go through the middle. Oh no, look out, there's Hannigan involved in that one. Brian Johnson. And Hannigan has lost the front wing on that 1X machine. He's up inside the top, or he's up in about 10th position at the moment. And I bet my bottom dollar that he does not go back to pit road, because you don't do it. Oh no.
Oh, he did it.
He's gone back to pit road. Well, I lost my dollar. Oh.
You figured he had the positioning on the racetrack, you know, maybe to kind of finesse it to a top 10 finish, but he decided to go safety first and get that front wing.
Well, I can tell you Trey Schmidt's back on pit road. He ain't coming back out anytime soon. You see that number 22 machine just...
Yeah, he had
sitting there.
that. He had that quick fix, didn't he?
He did, and Brian Johnson just like launched himself out of pit road then. It was definitely not
30
going.
mile an hour over pit road speed.
Yeah, he might have been going about 65, 75, maybe about somewhere around there just to get out of pit road. Just trying to, I guess, stay on the lead lap, but it's with caution laps not counting, it freezes the lap counter, so he won't actually go a lap down.
See how timing and scoring scores it at the end of the event. But as we said before we started, it's been all Alex Bergeron all the time here in this one.
He's certainly been the class of the field here tonight.
When you see him sign in, it's just, man.
It's a mental game. You've got to sort of put that out every time you see an Alex Bergeron, or I'll throw another couple of names out there that you might not be familiar with. Like a Dylan Simmelman. You throw those guys. Yeah, you throw them names in there. Ernie Williams Jr. It becomes a real mental game. You've got to put them out. Just pretend they're just another racer, and just pretend you just got to think that you've got the fastest hot rod here tonight.
All right, 9 to go as we come to the green flag as Bergeron gets a good start, and so does Ducharme. Ducharme's right there on his tail tank as they come out of turn 1 and 2. I believe that might be the closest anybody has been to Bergeron under green flag racing. Here comes Ducharme now to the inside of Bergeron. Slide job for the lead out of turn 4. Bergeron back to the inside. He'll take it down the front straightaway.
He is just so cool under pressure right now on that number 12 machine for Team ABR. The Alex Bergeron Racing entry. He's got his girlfriend Rebecca and Jason Nygaard on that team as well. Ducharme, yellow flag is out, and you got to wonder, is this going to play into the minds of Tyler Ducharme, where it just rattles Bergeron a bit? But I think he's too experienced enough to let this kind of stuff get to him. He'll just he'll continue to roll around, and it'll give him time to think on what his game plan is going to be for the next 7 laps.
Now, you got to also take in consideration maybe tire wear could be. Maybe on Bergeron's car, maybe Ducharme saved his tires a little bit better.
Yeah, well, again, it's all about trying to keep the momentum up on the top side of that bottom side right now where Tyler Ducharme is rolling. In fact, let's go on board.
He's got that moisture down there. He's trying to keep in those tires.
There's nothing down there in 1 and 2 though. You have a look. That's not even half track on the back straightaway. This is how thin it's become down here, and to get even the left side tires, you could certainly make it work through here through 3 out of 4. Again, just there is where it's difficult because you got those yellow barrels, and then you've got that the opening.
We'll see now for the first time all race. Bergeron got some pressure, and we'll see how he's going to handle it here. I mean, he's going to be able to handle it, but it's the first time anybody's been close to him under green flag racing.
All right, well, let's see what happens here. We have 7 laps left to run in this main event. Alex Bergeron, Tyler Ducharme, and Jarrett Bolyard, your top 3. Chris Fisher, and Richie Preston back there in positions number 4 and 5. The green flag drops. The front wheels pick up, they dance down through turn number 1 and out of turn number 2. It's going to be Alex Bergeron to lead from Ducharme and Bolyard in 3rd.
He got a better start that time, did Bergeron. Ducharme now going to try to shoot it in deep into turn number 3 and 4. He'll take the slide job, but Bergeron made cool under pressure. He'll take that first spot right back away from Ducharme.
Now looking at the battle between 3rd, 4th and 5th right now, Bolyard, Fisher and Hayden Spike Harvey in that 55 machine. He's made his way back to position number 5. Oh, look out, Preston, Presto. Oh, look out, Kevin Hanley, Oldfield. We got cars racked and stacked and jacked up. Yellow flag is out with 4 to run.
Wow, cautions breed cautions. You mentioned it earlier tonight. That is the case right now, as we just cannot get these last 10 laps in without any incidents.
Have a look who's up in position 5. We'll bring him on screen. We'll see if we can pick that number out.
Let's see.
The 91, the yellow and blue machine.
He has bided his time this entire race, hasn't he?
Well, he started position 4, I think it was, Ernie Williams Jr., and he was involved in one of the earlier wrecks at the start of the race, and he's had to come from the back of the bus. And you think 30 laps around here, the laps will tend to to tick off very, very quickly. But of course, with these yellows and how Ernie's been able to pass a number of cars, he in fact just sits outside of the top 5. That's the second time I've seen Hayden Spike Harvey cause an incident and yet still have his spot back.
We're gonna talk about a lucky dog.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to think of what might be going through Tyler Ducharme's mind. He has to time these. It's going to take a perfectly timed restart by Ducharme to have any chance of getting around Bergeron. Because every time Ducharme throws a slider at Bergeron, he's right there. So he's got to time this restart perfect.
It's got to be. It's the timing on the slide jobs as well. You've got to get him out of a rhythm. So lights are still flashing on the pace truck, so we're still about 2 to green. But yeah, I'm gonna take a stab at race control here, and I think they should have gone to spec savers on that one.
Or if it comes down to it, just feed him a right rear. Yeah.
Well, look, I'll say this:
not on purpose.
Tyler Ducharme's team.
He's not that kind of racer, that's for sure.
No, I don't think Tyler is, but his team that he drives for, I've seen them feed Alex Bergeron a number of times, and yeah. That's all I'll say about that one. I won't mention any names.
For a win. 4 to go. It's been pretty good these last 10 laps. Let's get him going green here. I have a feeling, and I hate to say it, we probably have not seen our last caution.
You might just be right on that one. We've got 4 circuits around Eldora left. That is 2 miles around the high banks of Eldora. The lights... they're still flashing. I thought we were going green, so they're just obviously race control. In fact, I think they've just given an EOL to Hayden Spike Harvey.
Oh yeah,
I think they put their glasses on.
Now, for those new to iRacing, explain what an EOL is.
End of line. It's just a penalty, so it means your primary cause of the accident. So they get moved to the end of the line, and that'll be the last car on the lead lap, which is still position number 19. So I still think he's lucky stars. He's got a top 20 at the moment.
Yep. See if the pace truck pulls in this time by. And he does. We'll see what this restart does. Ducharme going to pull right up on his tail tank. Good restart there from both drivers. Now Ducharme's going to go to the top side this time.
Oh, he cut down the racetrack. Caught Bolyard as Ducharme cut down, and well, Chris, you were right. It wasn't our last caution.
Wow, Ducharme trying to diamond off the corner. Ended up clipping Bolyard in that right front, and that sent Bolyard for a ride. So we are yellow again.
Poor old Bolyard just sitting on his side wing just there, and it's not a happy place to be. Nice to see that our Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cameras are still focused.
It survived.
It's surviving. I've seen these cars take a fair number of wild hits and wild rides, and it's amazing how strong these onboard cameras are.
Man, what's going through Bergeron's mind right now? Can we just finish this race?
I mean, that's going through my mind right now. Let's just get this race over and done with. And how much crap I was talking to race control and the admins about these super late model drivers and these late model drivers. And all of a sudden, we've had about 16 cautions here tonight, unfortunately.
And you've still got another race to go tonight.
Yeah.
Or today. Today for you.
Today for me, yeah. It's meant to start in about 50 minutes' time, and wow, that's a quick plane trip. Thankfully, I've got the World of Thunder jet to take me out to the Knoxville Raceway. Should be able to just make it there in time.
All right, still just 3 laps to go here at Eldora Speedway. We're going to be bringing them down to a start here. How about third place Chris Fisher now? Good run for him.
How about Richie Preston in 4th and Ernie Williams Jr. back there in 5th?
All right, here we go. Green flag is back out. Bergeron, Ducharme, they're going to put her on the bottom. Ducharme going to try to get a run off the bottom of the racetrack. But man, Bergeron too strong off the top of the racetrack down the back stretch.
He is just so good at everything he does in I want to say a sprint car, but in anything that he races, he is just so picture perfect when it comes to getting around the iRacing tracks. as we are 1.5 laps away from our main event concluding down into turn number 3 and 4. The white flag is going to fly this time by Alex Bergeron. Is now just 4 turns away. He'll get through the first 2, which means we are down the back straight away for the final time. The DirtFan.com 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. Your A main event winner is Alex Bergeron. Tyler Ducharme home in second. Chris Fisher going to come home third. Fourth is going to be Ernie Williams Jr. And how about this for fourth on back? Mason Hannigan steals fourth, just ahead of Richie Preston, Brian Johnson, Ernie Williams Jr., Jacob Fields, Travis Oldfield, and Wyatt Brown to round out the top 10. There was nothing. It was about 0.3 of a second between 5th and 7th.
That is a points-saving run for Mason Hannigan. There you see Alex Bergeron doing the celebratory donuts in turn number 4. And down the front stretch.
I think it's safe to say that he has earned the right to burn it down here on the front straightaway here at the Eldora Speedway. Alex Bergeron, your winner here tonight in car number 12 for Team ABR, the DirtFan.com 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. He'll go for as long as he needs to.
Oh, we got the wheels up on that one. Oh, you may be trying to turn it over.
Well, it's not going to cost him a cent even if he does.
That's true.
Tell you what, while he's doing that, we're going to bring in our third place finisher here tonight.
Oh, there
it is. Hey, he done it. He landed it. I was about to say we're about to bring in third place, but I almost just want to keep an eye on Bergeron and just have a look as he'll do the quickie lap.
Polish victory lap.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll bring in third place here tonight in car number 14 tonight. It'll be Chris Fisher. Chris, congratulations on a third place run here tonight. Boy, it was a long race, but in the end, you finally get there and you come home with the third spot.
Yeah, she was a wild one tonight. Yeah, just kind of hanging on the fourth there for a little bit. I knew I was kind of faster than him. Just kind of caught the cautions at the wrong time when at those slide job. But that last little crash off the start there kind of helped me out. Car was messed up. I'm surprised I held on to a third.
It took a long time to get these probably last 10 to 12 laps in. What was going through your mind, as you kept seeing the yellow flags kept coming out and sort of breaking up the momentum that you guys had?
I didn't like it because I felt better after 4 or 5 laps, so I knew I could get back by third without all the cautions. But I don't think I had anything for 1 and 2. But third's good enough.
All right, Chris. Well, congratulations on your third place finish here tonight. We'll let you get out of here and celebrate. But before we let you go, of course, sponsors, shout out, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
Tilva Hall of Racing, Hunt the Front, Showtime Designs and Apparel. Next Level Designs. I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but
all right, there we go. Chris Fisher there, home in third spot. Chris, you're standing by with our second place driver here tonight of Tyler Ducharme.
Tyler Ducharme joining us here, second place finisher. Man, those last 10 laps, you guys are probably wondering, is this ever going to end? But those last 10 laps, you had a couple shots at Alex, but you just couldn't make it stick. Take us through those last 10 laps.
I knew I didn't really have anything for Alex. He's just really good when the track gets like that, and we're a little free when tracks like that. And I'm just, I knew if I could get to Alex and race him and put some pressure on him, hopefully force him into a mistake. Which with Alex, it's not very likely. But had a couple shots. I mean, we poked our nose out in front of a couple of them slide jobs. But congrats to Alex. Hats off to him. And just apologies again to Garrett for Jarrett. I tried to cut back into the corner just to set up a slide job into 3 and Alex. I just kind of spun him out there, so I feel bad about that. But it's just part of racing.
Yeah, it kind of looked like you went in and turned 1 high. You kind of diamond off, and he was just right there. It was just one of those deals. But
yeah, it was unfortunate.
Who you got helping you out as far as sponsors go? Who you want to give thanks to?
I just got to give a big thanks to JDR Graphics and Down Under, Joel Berkeley. He helped us a lot, and JD Laird. With the sponsorship deal, and huge thanks to Slick Sim Sport for everything they do for me. I wouldn't be in this position again. I've said a million times as a sprint car without them guys. David Heilman, Joel Berkeley, Lewis Hewitt, Dylan Hauser, just everyone there at the whole team. It's a team effort, and glad to come out and put on a show.
All right, that's Tyler Ducharme, our runner-up tonight. Congratulations going out to him. We're going to bring our winner up to the podium right now, Alex Bergeron. And before we get into the race, that was probably some of the best donuts I think I've ever seen on here.
I appreciate it.
Me and Brett were wondering how long it was going to take for you to turn it over during the donuts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to doing that sometimes, so I'm not too bad at it.
And you just had that thing on a rail the entire race. With about 10 to go, the caution started flying hot and heavy. You saw Tyler get underneath you there a couple of times. Were you wondering, did you know he was back there that close?
Yeah. I mean, I saw him down underneath me, and it was just more about the restarts because we were able to get that moisture down the front straight away. I was able to rocket his car and going to turn one and get some momentum going. But after a couple of laps, I was just I was gone. So the car was felt great at night and the feature and throughout the whole entire night. So I think we're good for next week at the Eldora for a World Championship.
All right, you're World of Outlaws, now Center Drink champion. You are just making a name for yourself in this iRacing deal. How long have you been doing? How much practice do you do during the week? How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for a while. Since Dirt came out, so 3 years ago, really. 4 years ago. But iRacing since 2013. I was doing only asphalt back then. But it's been a while. But practicing wise, I didn't even practice for this race, and I just decided to run in, have some fun tonight, and it worked out in our way. So I think we did pretty good.
Who you got helping you out?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Who do you have helping you out as far as who do you want to thank sponsor wise?
Oh, absolutely. Team BRE Sports with Jason Nygaard, Rebecca, all of our partners, CSI Shocks, Biologic App, BK Designs, Smart Ring Farm Equipments, all the other supporters as well for the team. My father for watching as always, cheering on us. All the fans out there tuning in for Wolf Thunder tonight. You guys were broadcasting with Brett, and you guys are doing an awesome job. And Wolf Thunder for putting the series up. It's fun to be here, and definitely had some fun tonight.
Score one for Canada. All right, there was your winner, Alex Bergeron, coming to us from Drummondville, Quebec, Canada, scoring one for the Northerners tonight.
Yeah, the Outsiders take victory here. And look, as expected, I think I called it from the start of the night that he was going to win, and didn't disappoint. But tell you what, Chris, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here in the booth.
I appreciate it.
Going for nearly 6 hours now, so you
Yes.
are welcome back anytime you like. As we'll just we'll let Steven sort that one out with you.
That'll work. I'll be here every Sunday if you guys want me.
All right, of course, big thanks to, dirtfan.com and the World of Thunder for putting on these events. Of course, a big shout out to our own sponsors and partners here at Ultimate Dirt TV. A big thank you to Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder iRacing League, dirtfan.com, ISBC Broadcasting, iRace Wraps, and Critical Hit Baits. And until next time, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, everybody that makes this all possible every night of the week, and of course you race fans, and on behalf of Chris Nunn and myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell, good night from Eldora.